I mean, Nunia, Voodoo, and Musashi, right? Team DEFCON, like you guys were saying. Haven't seen them a little while, but I mean, they have been playing. And as you can see, they all have like, you know, close to 2,000, well, 2,500, 2,000, and then 1,500 victories. And, you know, that's more than SK Gaming. So they've played a ton. So they're still on their top form. One thing, Musashi, when... But you know what? I'm going to save it. I'm going to save my little predictions and analysis for when this match actually starts. I want to see something interesting. But, you know, SK Gaming, just so strong. There's nothing really you can say, like, bad about them, especially when Rex starts playing serious and he plays Inhibitor. I mean, that was their breaking point right there. It's just like, all right, Rex, stop trolling around, actually play Inhibitor. And then they came back and won. So... you know, SK Gaming, best team out there. And then you just have, you know, DEFCON, Haem No Idea. You got N7 Esports, Ugga Bugga Bugga, Donors by Heart. All those guys are sort of like runners up, you know, for the top positions. And they always give SK Gaming a hard time. But SK Gaming, just so solid. So solid with just coming back out of nowhere. And it's like, oh, people always on the stream. I'm reading the live stream chat. I'm getting such a kick out of this. It's just like, oh, SK Gaming's going down. Finally. And then it's just like, nope, they're going to start playing, you know, a little bit more locked up. They're going to change their strategy around. They're communicating, you know, they're changing targets, and then they come back and win. So, you know, it's really hard to make a prediction at this point. I mean, of course, you know, by default, you might want to like favor SK Gaming because, you know, they have the record to prove that. But, you know, Seeker, Harbinger, and Psychopump, you know, haven't really seen this comp against SK Gaming really, and I'll see, you know, what they have to deal against it, because you got the Nether Shift in the other side, as well as Nunia with the Instant Illusion, and that Marksman Ultimate, definitely one of the better Seekers out there. And we'll just have to see how they deal with all this pressure. So here you go, take it away, FourCourt or Semmler.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Musashi going for the fakes at the start there, and Jackasm having none of it. He's like, no, I'm just going to spear you. But, so, Worm Team already taking a bit of damage. Haem No Idea. Look at this. Musashi already at 50% HP. Rex getting pulled in, though. Nice. Going to get that pressure off of Voodoo. We do not want our healers focused by inhibs. Rule number 1. Musashi, though, going to space out Nunia with the ulti right now onto Jackasm. Do they have any outs? Chip Saiyan eats a Shadow Bolt and Fire Arrow. Whoa, excellent coordination, man. That was sick. Great coordination coming out of Nunia and Musashi there. Shadow Bolt into Fire Arrow, just insanity damage, 30, 40, 50. Like, you can't survive that. You can't out-heal that. What are you going to do, son? Get out of here. And, man, convincing first round for Morty. These guys, they're angry. They're out for blood, man. They love it. Oh, Jester, man, what do you think about that?
Well, Rex did take the top control score, but unfortunately it just wasn't enough with these combinations. The Shadow Bolts, grabs, the Ice Arrows, and immolations. It's just a ridiculous amount of combo. Again, we see Musashi going pretty offensive here in the beginning. Last time he did get harpooned for his error, but no, bait out the Conjure there from Jackasm. Now he's going to have to go really into here. Rex, again, also going to go back pretty full force into Nunia, but Nunia does have that kind of range burst damage advantage. Musashi, however, dropping so very low, has to use another shift, and right now Voodoo up top is very separated from his team, could not get any kind of healing off onto Musashi right there. Jackasm going to be trying to jump here onto Voodoo. Nunia is still looking alright, but he hasn't been able to put up too much pressure up against Rex or Chip. Chip is sitting at full temporary hit points. In fact, the hit points here of all the entire Cold team just looks very untouched, and wow, what a big turnaround right there. I cannot think that DEFCON was looking for that.
No, complete breakdown on their part. They just got completely spread out. Voodoo, you know, getting forced up top with Jackasm. And, you know, it's like you need to support your healer. You need to get those peels out. And we just saw a bit of a breakdown in communication there. They, you know, Musashi and Nunia getting... Musashi already taking so much damage at the start, was not able to get his game rolling from there and had to play ultra defensive at that point. And Voodoo just getting focused up by Jackasm up top away from his team so that, you know, he couldn't get those heals out that Musashi so desperately needed. And look at this already happening, you know, doing a great job of zoning. Rex with the ulti there, but gets pulled out of it by Musashi. Great job from Musashi to stop that kind of damage. Voodoo trying to get some heals out, but we have God Mode from Musashi right now. If he can just start landing some M1s, start getting that pressure out there, but double sleep from Chip. Look at this sniper from cross map. Love that play. Musashi going down from pressure from Jackasm. We had Goo, we had Guardian Spirit. Voodoo not going to be able to do a thing about it. They needed to use that Guardian Spirit to get a counter kill, but it's not going to happen. He's forced to use it to heal, and that is not optimal at any time for Pomp. kind of stuck up here 2v1, and this is a dirty situation. Nice use of EX space, though. Gets out of that pressure, and Nunya kind of going out here, needs to get some pressure out onto Chip, but no, man. Voodoo dropping in the meantime, and that's going to seal it up. SK Gaming just dominating these past 2 rounds. These guys are so dirty.
Yeah,
Jester, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, go ahead, my friend. Go ahead.
Okay, sure, yeah. Rex 500 damage that round. Nunya also keeping up the pressure. They just can't seem to be able to seal the deal. Now, when we did see rounds number 3 go down, I took a quick look. Musashi did 26 damage for that entire round. He did 335 last time, which is what we do expect more to see, but wow, just getting it shut down. It does seem to be Jackasm again, jumping right into here. He does really want to not have to deal with Musashi at all, and wow, he just goes down within 10 seconds of this game. Done, and wow, GG already being called out by Nunya. He's just going to sit there and tank it. Voodoo again, and just huge amounts of burst coming out. What was that, a 20-second game?
Yeah, that was 27 seconds of brutality.
Yikes. SK Gaming coming out right off the bat. 3,400 damage from this Rex. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, Rex, Johnny on the spot with that damage, but you know, that's the one of the things about Harb. You know, it's like if you just miss a couple key abilities, you're leaving yourself wide open for a world of hurt. And Jackasm, Rex, you know, these guys, they're at that level where they're gonna notice if you miss these abilities, and they're gonna make that world of hurt happen. They're gonna be like, oh yeah, you want to feel pain? Here you go, buddy. Look at that. You know, you're dead. Sorry. You know, it's like that's what happens. You know, it's like Harb, so little room for error at this level of play where you just cannot afford to miss those grips. You cannot use your nether shift at the wrong time, or you will just get punished. And you know, that's what we saw that last round. He just got focused insanity damage coming out, and looks like we're gonna have just a bit of the, you know, getting into this second round here, the second map, and let's see, you know, if Musashi, Nunya, and Voodoo can tighten things up. They need to be not letting themselves take that much pressure. Getting caught out of position at the beginning of those rounds is really what's costing them this. They're letting SK Gaming get the momentum, and they're not doing anything to get it back. And that is going to cost you the game every single time. You need to get your game plan and apply it. You cannot let these, like, harpoons, nice dodge from Musashi, you can't let those harpoons get out to you. You can't get the Kunjus or the Wujus activated. That is not a good way to start. Nunya blitzed and illusioned already. Jackasm is going to take full advantage of this. He's just going to go to work. Nunya already at 50% HP. In the meantime, Voodoo taking so much pressure from Rex. Forced to other side. He does get in a nice spot, though. Good safe spot to heal up again. But Nunya, cross map. This is not where he wants to be at all. Nice Frost Arrow, though. EX Ice Arrow going to come out and get that lockdown. But other side comes out just in the nick of time to stop that goo from Chip. Johnny on the spot. Man, that guy is such a sniper with those goos and instant injections. Brutal. But this, by no means is this done. Rex is kind of in a tight spot here. He is separated. Guardian Spirit comes out. Nice pull from Musashi. Can they get a kill right now? Wuju comes out to save him. But Chip saying taking so much damage from Nunya. This is really, really like top of the line stuff right now. We got Rune Shield coming out on Rex. And no, my goodness gracious. Nunya, yes, counter kill. That was perfect. That's what needed to happen. Musashi, man, clutch play. Gets that counter kill. Nunya went down, but he did his work. Chip Saiyan and Jackasm both sitting at such low health right now. They have no real health to play with. They're just sitting on fake, insubstantial health. And Musashi, you know, gonna play a zoning game, gonna make Jackasm work to get in there. And nice ulti from Jackasm, but Guardian Spirit comes out from Voodoo to counter it. He's not gonna be worried about it. 32 heals a pop. What's you're gonna ulti me? And Musashi, man, Chip just a second too late with that sleep. Musashi with the clutch Shadow Bolt, and that is gonna be again a very nice round out of Warm Team here at the beginning. DEFCON, man, these guys are just so solid, and they absolutely have what it takes to take the win here in these winners finals. We just need to see games like this, you know, good coordination coming out and punishing Rex and Jackasm for their mistakes. Rex got too deep, he got in too deep, he got too hungry, too greedy, and he definitely paid for it. He got separated from Chips, and that cost him it. Jester, man, like this, what are your opinions about Rex and Jackasm here? You know, maybe getting a bit too ahead of themselves here.
Well, if they play as aggressive as they are, it may or may not work out for them. It's more of a gamble than anything. Like, look at Rex right now, already going in and at half hit points. Has to come now back, crawling there to Chip Saiyan. Jackasm going to be trying to put a little bit of a body barrier between him. Rune Shield coming out again, but right now the two melee DPS on SK are sitting in at about the 50% range, and we don't really see that much pressure coming out onto Voodoo or Nunya, although that is going to be trying to change. Jackasm going to have to run away. Musashi just doing great amount of work right now. He's going to be trying to get off a lot of harass here on a Jackasm because they really do not want him to be alive. But Rex, no, what are you doing? Jumping right into the triangle of damage and pain, but we do got the The goo coming out here from Musashi, who had a spacebar up, but look at that overkill, just across map. Shadow Bolt landing onto him. Jack goes down, and now Rex as well. Maybe a huge misplay there from Rex jumping into the middle there, because we did have that Demon Lord come out there with Musashi, and big damage, 569 damage coming out from Nunya that round. Very impressive work.
Yeah, Musashi, you know, like the first thing I pictured there was like godlike, you know, like I see the horns, I see the demon, and I see the insane Shadow Bolt cross court snipe. I was like, Musashi, you are a straight nerd baller. I love it. And man, Jackass, I'm getting in there. He does have the rune shield. Barrier has not been used yet, so they are pretty safe. They need to get some pressure out here, but man, Worm Team doing an excellent job. DEFCON working together to create that safe bubble around them, that zone where Jackasm and Rex both have to work so hard to get in there without taking damage. And look at this, you know, this is what's happening. Jackasm 20% HP, barrier is forced, goo comes out, but it's not going to hit anybody. Nunya gonna get other side out of his ult. Not too happy about that. Fire arrow, nice fire arrow, 32 damage on the chip, but it's not going to be as much as he wanted. Frost arrow onto Jackass, I'm going to stop any kind of pressure he is able to pull out, and here we go. Rex with the ulti, but not connecting as much, gets 3 bolts onto Nunya though, 50%, and this is still so close, this can still go any way. Musashi trying to go 2v1 right now, but he gets other sided out. Good job by Voodoo to support his teammate, but they are going to capitalize on that. SK Gaming, great job. Oh man, he just had enough for that EX space to get out of that. Goo coming out there, Jackasm and Rex both collapsing, but it wasn't enough. Good play, solid play from DEFCON, and this is still up for grabs. We have a nice fire arrow from Nunya, but Chip saying, boss alk that he is getting those heals off onto Jackasm, getting those barriers, and just giving him just enough to stay alive. And Voodoo is slowly getting worked down. They need to get back this momentum, but no, Musashi with the clutch kill, or with the clutch death, per se. But Nunya, you know, with the ulti, they're not going to be enough, you know, 3-1. And man, just excellent team play. These guys, their communication is at the highest level. They saw that Voodoo used his other side on Nunya to get him out of that situation. And they're like, hey, quick, other side's burned, get on him right now, make him punish. And look, even Chip saying, jumping in there, dropping in with that goo. And, you know, Voodoo, Johnny on the spot, had just enough energy to use that EX space to get out of that. But, man, that could have been a bad situation. But that's the kind of teamwork we need to see out of DEFCON for them to get the win. They need to be capitalizing a bit more and not lose the momentum. But sorry, Core, I'm taking it away. Go ahead, man.
Well, last time we didn't see a lot of damage go down onto Chip. We do see big damage coming down onto Musashi, however, as lots of big countermeasures going to be trying to take place, but Voodoo also taking damage. Jackasm with the ultimate, he's going to stay right on top of Voodoo with the help of that goo. 2 quick kills here for SK Gaming. Nunya going to be dropping down as well, so huge energy gains right there, and then a great combo of the goo and the whirlwind, and that just dropped people like rocks. I mean, look at that, 400, 300, and like Voodoo just really did not have any kind of time to counter that at all. So yeah, in the round before this one, we did see Chip Cyan taking very little damage. That round, he almost took close to nothing. And, like, this is just a big danger. If you want to focus on Jack and Rex, you leave Chip up. If you go for Chip, Jack and Rex are going to come back at you. And here we are, game number 5.
Yeah, go ahead, Core. Go ahead, take this one, man.
Okay, so Jack is just going to keep on top of things right here. Musashi taking big damage from both Rex and Jack. We are going to see an ultimate come out soon enough. No, it's going to be an EX instead. Rex is going to not be leaving Musashi alone at all, but Nunya, he's going to be trying to keep people off people's back as Voodoo looks all right there. He's not really taking too much pressure. Rex is going to jump up there. He does have a barrier on him, and Jackasm is just going to be trying to grab as much damage as he can. He's a little separated from his team right now, but Rex is going to try to keep onto Voodoo, who has those angels. Wings go down, but no, Jack is going to grab the kill there on Musashi, and Voodoo going to be followed up very quickly there. We do have Nunya with a full ult, but it's not going to matter because, again, I mean, let's take a quick look at Chip. 45 damage taken that round. I mean, this is not what you want to do to their healer. I mean, 1,440 damage over the entire 5 rounds. He's well and truly not really getting pressured.
Yeah, and that's the mark of an excellent alchemist. You know, Chip saying best in the business, but this guy, he's perfect on his positioning. He's just far enough in to be able to put the burst damage out and help his teammates do that insane damage, but he is just far enough out at the same time to make it difficult to swap to him. And that's he's right in that sweet spot, you know, like playing footsies, you know, he's just right there where he wants to be, where he can be of most use to his team, you know, and aiding them to be, you know, all battle alk status and put that damage out there. And Voodoo, Nunya, and Musashi, they're just taking a bit too much. Because of that, they're not able to get the damage that they want onto him, the control that they need to get onto him. It's not happening, and it's just definitely costing them the round. You know, if they are forced to heal and play defensive and they're caught on the back foot the entire round, it's just they're not going to be able to get that kill. And Chip, especially what you're saying, Court, it's like if he is unpressured, he is just going to be a monster. Alchemist, so strong at being able to put out damage, at being able to put out bursts with deadly and instant injections, and with that clutch goo, that if you just let him sit back there and heal, you're just going to lose. Inevitably, you're just going to go down. But it looks like